Hi, welcome to Amanda Anything Goes. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 violet DIYs that are part of a monthly challenge called Bloom with Grace, hosted by Brenda at Monner's Market and co-hosted by Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. If you haven't checked out Monner's Market, you need to check out Brenda's channel. She is so creative and talented. And also go and check out Krista's channel. She's got a ton of inspirational videos. So let's just jump right into DIY number 1. Now, I was sick during the filming and editing of this video, and I was in my bed, so everything I made from my bed. And I'm going to show you the little bed table that I used at the end of the video. So the first DIY that I'm working on, and you're gonna see that I'm painting everything all at once, so what I'm painting may not be for that DIY, but I do like to paint everything that is going to be a certain color all at once, so that way it can dry faster and I'm not wasting paint. So what I'm doing here is I've got these foam flowers, because the flower for February is violets or pansies, and I did not have any type of violet flower at all on hand, and I've committed to using my stash before cash for this year. So I just painted stuff purple to get the violet color. So for this one, I am painting the little dice squares white and gluing on letters to spell out hope or hop. DIY number 2. I found these white flowers in my stash. Wasn't quite sure what they were. Brenda and I had a discussion to figure out what they were, and we finally think that they're dogwoods because magnolias are a little bit bigger. But I've never painted flowers before, so this was new to me, and now I know I can do it. So I painted my white flowers purple, 2 different shades of purple. And after I looked up what violets look like, they have some yellow stuff in the center. So I grabbed some yellow puffy paint so it would give some dimension, and I put that in the center of the flowers. So in total, I painted 5 flowers, and I removed them from the stem that they're on and put them on a stem of the lamb's ear type leaves that I got 90% off because it had some little red berries on it, and it was Christmas at Dollar General. So they were marked $2 and I paid 20 cents. So it was definitely a bargain, and it made the flowers definitely look better than the vine they came with and the leaves they came with. So I'm just showing you what they look like. And this is just so I had at least the violet flower represented in my DIYs, because I then just kind of went with using purple for everything else that I made. So I'm just continuing to paint, and this is from my bed. I put some like brown packing paper over the pink bed table. I don't know what else to call it. It has two legs that fold out, and then it's like if you were gonna eat breakfast in bed, only it's got USB ports on it, and it's got a little drawer. It's really cool. I got it in Amazon, and I can try to find the link and put that in my description box. And I will have Brenda's channel and Krista's channel linked in my description box, as well as the playlist to February's Bloom with Grace. That will all be in my description box. So while I'm painting the flowers, I'll tell you a little bit about Bloom with Grace. This is the 5th challenge that I've participated in. It was actually my first official video that I made, and it was sunflowers and bees. Then I participated in the peony, then the poinsettia, then roses, and now the violets. This is one of my favorite challenges to participate in, because I just think with flowers, it allows so much creativity to go with it that you're not boxed in to something super specific. So I'm just still painting away here, and I did try to make like a yarn flower, but that did not work out that well. So here is where I am putting on the little dots of yellow just to give it a little more texture and dimension. And once those all dry, then that's when I transfer them to the lamb's ear stems. And that's what I love about florals, is they can all be taken apart, like from petals to leaves, everything, and then you can just rearrange it however you want it to be. You can change leaves, you can add more petals. There's just a lot of flexibility with florals and greenery. If you like this type of content, please feel free to subscribe. And there's the final outcome of the painted violets. So DIY 3, I found this free printable, which I linked in my description box, to make a paper violet. But I wanted to use something else. So I found one purple sock that was from a hospital stay that I had surgery, and the socks they gave me were purple. I don't know where the other one is, but so I used that purple sock to make this DIY and in another one too. I'm telling you, when you commit to not buying anything and using what you have, you can find a way to make something with what you have in your house. So I did add paint to the socks because I wanted to get two different colors of the purple, and I wanted them to be a little stiffer. So I used the printable and cut out the shapes on the socks, and then I just glued them to a purple board, and that's how that one came out. DIY number 4. This is, again, I'm going to use the little picture of the paper violet, and I'm going to use a tag I painted purple. I'm just going to glue stick that violet because I'm not going to waste it onto the tag. And I recently ordered pom-pom makers, so I wanted to test the pom-pom maker out, and the set I ordered came with 3 or 4 different sizes, and the one in the arrow is the one I used to make the purple pom-pom. And I'm telling you, it is like the perfect pom-pom. It didn't need any trimming. It was perfectly round, and that was the first time that's the first one I made, and the first time I'd ever used one of the pom-pom makers. I know that there are other ways to make the pom-poms using household items, but in this case, I feel like the tools are worth the price. They were like maybe $10 for the 4 of them because of how good the pom-poms come out. And I love pom-poms, so I was so excited about how it turned out. And I did add some embellishments, and there's the final outcome for that DIY. DIY 5, I have these game boards that I've saved, and last year I used one and made a St. Patrick's tray on the back. So I did the same thing this year. I used the checkerboard with one of the calendar pages and just Mod Podged on top of it with using the snakes for the handles. I'm sorry, this is moving really fast. I got these little gumball machines at Dollar Tree before things changed, and they were 4 for $1. So I just painted one purple and threw in some purple little pom-poms. Then I took this wood piece, and I glued on those purple flowers and added some more of that lamb's ear to the little box. DIY 8 is my little gnome with the sock as the hat. and I pretty much explained it in the picture there, but he came out really cute. And I have to tell you that those half beads are a game changer for noses on gnomes. Now this is another thing I did before I bought beads. I would use the like Mardi Gras beads and make tassels on the ends and have beads that way. So that was DIY 9. I just cut them in half and made some white tassels and glued them on. So for my final DIY 10, which has the most footage, this is the first time I ever printed anything vinyl on my Cricut Joy, and the first time I weeded it, and the first time I transferred it. And I didn't design the words. It was something that was already in Cricut Design Space. So first I'm preparing the surface, which is, I'm going to use one of these jars, mason jars. And boy, did it take a lot of sandpaper to get the glitter off the front. I didn't feel like using my heat gun to remove the sticker off the back, but that probably would have been faster. So I'm just giving a little bit of purple highlights around it just because, so it all ties together. I like everything to be like a montage and all the colors tie together. The vinyl that I used, it was from one of the variety packs of the Smart Vinyl. So the color really doesn't really match, but because I added this little bit of purple and then some embellishments, it doesn't look too bad, because it's like a dark turquoise blue green color. So it was a very interesting process. Of course, you know, printing it or sending it to the Joy from my phone is simple, and loading the see, there's the color. Oh, and I used Dollar Tree transfer tape, which was so sticky. I had the hardest time getting it off of the surface without taking the vinyl with it. It was so sticky no matter how much I squeegeed and everybody, I've seen this done so many times and it looks so simple, and it has to be the transfer tape. Now I did buy also, I do have the Dollar Tree contact paper, because I had heard that worked really well. So I will try that out the next time I use vinyl. Prior to this, I had been playing around mostly with the card maker and the card design. So because I was brave and went ahead and did the vinyl, I then did a card that also used the pen as a part of the design. So, and I will also show you that later as well, because I think the Joy has a lot of potential to do more things than people think. Like I can cut up a card and not use it as a card, just cut the front so it's one piece, and I can use it as a stencil. I can Mod Podge that onto something with a different color paper behind it. So I think there's a lot of things that the Joy can do, and I'm just trying to show you how sticky that paper was. So again, the Hug, Hold, Squeeze, Breathe, that just was a free design on Design Space. And I know I'm out of frame here, and I did take the brown paper off my bed desk, but I think I'm just sanding it a little, and then I'm gonna add some Mod Podge it so it seals. And I didn't remove the jute or anything because I kind of was happy with that, and the silver paper at the top, I was fine with that as well. So this was really just my practice piece, and the first piece that I ever made using a vinyl machine. Up until now, I've just used the letter stickers from Dollar Tree, the big ones, the poster stickers, or the little ones, the scrapbook stickers. So something I don't know how to do that I want to know how to do, and I have tried to find videos, is when you're using cursive font, how to connect them together so that they're not individual letters. I can't figure that out, and I'm sure it's something simple. So if you know how to do that, please leave me a comment explaining it. Every video I looked up about the Cricut Joy was all about unboxing it, or they already had designs made on Design Space and they just sent it to the printer and show transferring it to whatever the surface is that they're transferring it to. Oh, and the Fortune magazine is just there for my glue gun. I was not reading Fortune. I don't even know why I get that. I get it in the mail. So it's just so I didn't get any hot glue on my new bed craft table. So once everything is dry, I went to my bin of buttons. Oh, there's a card that I made. Look at all of the details that were cut out of that card. And then this is the one that I did using the pen to draw that wreath. And that wreath looks like it was professionally made. So, like I said, like you can have things drawn and cut those out and use them on projects. So here's my bed craft table, and I'm gonna take you on a tour of it. It is really cool. It's got a little drawer. I wish it was bigger because I would be able to store some more things, but the exciting thing is there is a USB cord that the white one that plugs into an outlet, and then it makes the table's USBs all work. So you can plug in any of your USBs. So here is just a final. Actually, that's not final because I made some more things. I wasn't done yet. But here's the final where it's got everything that all 10 of them set up on the tray. The snake candles, I think they're the coolest things. I've seen them done and I've always wanted to do it. So I'm glad that I took a risk and gave that a try. I set this up in my kitchen, so I'm trying to hide some of my appliances behind it. And so this is all 10 of the DIYs. I don't know which one is my favorite. I think the painted flowers are, because I just didn't even think about painting flowers. Oh, this is another setup in my living room on the ottoman. And then just some final pictures to just wrap up this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. You can find me on Instagram